I am JELOH GLEN T. GODITO. This is my detailed lesson plan in TLE. Primary activities. First, we will having prayer, greetings, and checking of attendance for student. Our topic for today is all about child care, feeding or breastfeeding, bathing, physical exercise, sunbathing, and sleeping. For feeding is done every 2 hours of a month-old baby. It is important to breastfeeding is best for baby up until he may associate with energy-giving molecules or food according to how much he can take. Yellow food are good for the vision of the child. Always make sure that you will let your baby drink water for body cleansing. Follow feeding table in preparing powdered milk according to the age of the child. For bathing, like the elders, the child too needs regular bath is body due to heat and sweat. Besides, the child start playing around as it grows. This too makes its body dirty. This dirty is not removed regularly. It begins to block the pores of the child's skin and causes various skin disease. Regular bath keeps the child's body clean and remove the dirt from it. The child's nerves are made vitalized after bath. This makes child happy and cheerful and it feels comfortable. In one word, it can be said that regular bath keeps the physical as well as the mental health of the child. Method for bathing. Before starting to bath the child, the mother needs to soak a piece of cotton in the water and squeeze water off it. Then she has to wipe the eyes. She was to wipe the eyes of child with the wet cotton carefully. For physical exercise, if the child is laid on the chest, its abandon comes under pressure. The child, this position raises its head, shoulders with the help of its palms and arms. This process too is an excellent exercise for the child. Initially, it may be allowed to perform this act of a little period, for example, for 5 minutes. Thereafter, the time can be gradually increased to an extent till the child gets exhausted. So this was the picture or that was the picture of the child position. With advancement of age, children engage themselves in various outdoor sports such as running, going up steps of the ladder, climbing, riding a cycle, playing with balls, etc. at this age. No time is needed to be kept for regular indoor exercise. Besides, the child goes to nursery, kindergartens, or formal school according to its age. For sunbathing, the previous provision of enough sunlight for the child is one of the most important parts of child care. To bath the baby in the sun every day of the sun for some time sunbath. The sunlight acts as energy of life for the human being. With sunlight, our general health of human being develops. Sunlight helps to increase the natural force to resistance against various diseases of the body. Hence, sunbath of the much important in protecting the health of the child. The child may be kept in the sun initially for 2 minutes a day after birth. The period may be extended up to half an hour. However, it depends upon the intensity of the sun. This is done because in summer, the intensity of sunlight may cause sunburning. Regular sunbathing keeps the child out of the danger of catching cold and enhance its resistance against various contagious diseases. Sunlight helps in the formation of vitamin D under the skin of the child's body, which prevent rickets in children, but care should be taken while keeping the child in the sun so that no burn in cause due to exposure in sunlight. There are some aspects to be taken into consideration while sunbathing the child. For sleeping. Rest makes the body free for fatigue, vitalizes the body, and helps in physical growth. Sleep and rest are very much close to each other. Complete rest of the body and mind is provided by sleep. Sleep is one of the most important initial physical needs of the child. In fine, we can say that sleep is special aspect of child care. Sleep acts and operate tonic in keeping the child's body in healthy. The child keep itself engaged in playing, running, and jumping, or any other activity so long as it remains awake. We can see here the age and the average awake time or average sleep time. For birth, 6 weeks babies old, average awake time is 1 hour. Average sleep time is 12 to 20 hours per 24 hours. For 6 years, 3 months old babies, 1 to 1/2 hours, the average awake time. For the average sleep time, 1/2 and 2/2 hours to 2/2 hours. For 6 months to 9 months old baby, we have the average awake time of 2.5 to 3 hours. And the average sleep time, we have 2 days sleeps and 1/2 to 2 hours. For 9 to 12 months, for average awake time, we have 3 to 4 hours. And for the average sleep time, we have 2 days sleeps 1 to 3 hours. 12 to 18 months old babies, we have average awake time 4 to 6 hours. And average sleep time, we have 1 to 2 days sleeps and 1 to 3 hours. For 18 months years old, we have 5 to 7 hours, the average awake time, and the average sleep time is 1 day to 1 hour. To make up the wear and tear of the body due to such activity of the child, along with the food, sufficient rest and sleep are necessary. The time to be spent by the child in sleeping is closely related to its rate of growth. A newborn baby spends 80% of its time sleeping. It can be said that it sleeps for almost 18 to 20 hours a day. Growth of the child and rapid during the early several weeks after its birth. This growth of the child decreases in when it attains of the age of 6 months birth after. During this time, its need for sleep decreases. A 1-year-old child sleep for 1 to 2 hours during daytime. This quantity of sleeps remain almost the same at the age of 2 also. Children of age group from 6 months up to 1 year generally sleep for 1 hour breakfast and for 1 or 2 hours after lunch. So it is important to the child for sleeping every important hours. Most of the child remains so much busy while they're awake that they easily get tired and falls asleep. Children do not like to sleep when they complete 2 years of age and begin to cry when laid on bed. In this way, if the children does not sleep in the morning for several days, it sleeps for a much longer period of noon. The place of sleep for babies should be noiseless, healthy, neat and clean, safe and sound. If there is a noisy environment, the sleep of the baby is hampered, which is not good for his health. Besides, the bed of the baby is needed to be soft and comfortable for his health. According to opinion of child specialists, the pillow is not required for baby. Rather, is harmful because the bones of the neck, the head are soft, so shape of neck and head can be deformed by using pillows. Many conscious mother put a piece of soft cloth after folding it under the head of the baby and change every now and then as per requirement. For abstraction, teacher. What are the components of the child care? Student. Carcado. The child care 10 components are the minute following: the feeding or breastfeeding, the bathing, the physical exercise, the sunbathing, and the sleeping. Teacher, very good, Carcado. Teacher, how important these components are? GLEN. These components are very important because the growth of the child depends on the initial or primary are provided by a parent or a person in authority during delivery to a child. How will you contribute? in promoting healthy child community, especially in the rural areas. Kent, I will contribute by sharing these proper ways in taking care of the child to our neighbor to foster healthy growth and development of the babies. Application. Therefore, the start of the lesson, the teacher should give the student a bunch of numbers from 1 to 5 written on a small piece of paper. These numbers are grouped according to what students have picked up. And we will having a group assignment for the topic breastfeeding, bathing, physical exercise, and bathing and sleeping. And we also having a evaluation for student. Over 10 points. And that's all. Again, I am JELOH GLEN GODITO. And this is my detailed lesson plan. Thank you for listening, student.